So am I in on YouTube? It looks like I am, right? Yeah. 5 are waiting. How is like 5 waiting and I'm not live? I am live. So
Yeah, I think
you
I
guys
think
can
you're
Are you on
live.
the right, are you on the right link though?
am I?
Okay,
Because
now
I am live and people can see that there's 6 people watching it.
I see you.
You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right. Okay.
But
So
you're not coming across YouTube for me. All I see is how to trade your account size.
um
Oh,
let
I'll
me
turn it up. Maybe it'll work.
yeah.
I see
So
you.
yeah, I can see the Discord. I can see it live on the YouTube itself. I can see it live. Okay. All right, guys, let's get started. So today's topic is how to trade account and account size. All right, that's what we discussed. We have had 2 really good webinars before. This is our next in the segment. This is our 3rd one. Today is August 29th, and I see there's only 4 people watching now. What happened to the rest of the people? Wow. Somebody type in I'm live, guys, on the YouTube over there so they can all see it. It says there's 6 people. Oh, come on. There are 6 people watching. Maybe I should keep this Discord on so you guys can answer and see this. Bluebell. Hey, yep, I see that. Okay, now I see 5 people. Hey, guys. All right, let's get started. So we only have 5 people. This is concurrent in one chat. Okay, all right. Anyway, regardless, we're gonna get going because there are people. So, guys, I can see the chats over there. Okay, so let's just say you guys can hear me, so we can go, right? Yep, I see AKS over there. You guys can see, ready to go, guys? That's loud and clear. That's great. Okay, all right. Let me record the screen as well, just in case I need to record it right here. I'll go ahead and record it. Just give me one more second. I'll go ahead and capture the custom area. I'll record the screen right here. And I will also do one more thing. What is this here? Okay. So let's do this. Yeah, I can see it's a little bit delayed, which is fine. Failed to initialize. That's fine. All right, guys, let's get going.
Small caps.
All right, should be clear now. Okay, let's go going, guys. All right. Okay, so how to trade your account size and your sizes. That's the goal of this discussion, and we will go forth and back in the questions later on. So let's turn this thing out, Benzinga and whatnot, so we don't get any disturbance. We'll keep the volume low here. Okay, I got it low. Okay, so the next topic, next thing is how to trade your positions. How do your account size and trade size so again, what we're doing over here is how to trade your account sizes. We're going to go into the next slide, how to trade your positions. So how do your account size and trade? How to do your account size and trade size? decide your entry. These are the topics, by the way. Topic number 1, how to do your account sizes and trade sizes. That we're going to discuss decide your entry and entry size and or scaling into your entry positions, whether you are going in or going out. Decision making on your profit targets and holds, that's very key. And then the stop loss, that is also extremely important, guys. Stop loss, how far to take your stop losses and the threshold that you might have. Okay, so far so good. Those are the topics. So how to do your account size and trade size. How much equity should you trade in the small caps? And we're going to talk about small caps. This is discussion mostly about small caps, on short or long. So you guys know this rule. I'm just going to go over anyway. If your account size is 5K and 5K means 500 per share, 10% of your size per trade is what you're going to trade. If your account size is 50K, 10%, which is 5,000. Now the key question over here is if you have a 250K plus account, what do you do then? Okay, don't go over 25K equity. If there's no volume, then you're going to have a liquidity issue. Okay, they will also discover you the minute you go 5, 10, 15, 20, $30,000, they start discovering you. Okay, algos can see, just like we can see volume profiling, they can see who's coming in and how long they're holding. And sometimes I have even heard a couple years back where a broker actually shared this, and they actually manage this for people who are not professional traders. And I've been there, done that. So whether it's Centerpoint, whether I'm not going to name it, but they all do it. I don't think it's I mean, I know the bottom of it, but I know information can be relayed that, hey, this guy entered with $250,000 here, look out for him when he takes his position out. So if you have a 250K plus account, trade 25K equity, that's your max most of the time. They will discover you if you get into the 50K bracket on an entry size. And it is difficult to liquidate your size in profit areas if a stock doesn't have volume. So sometimes you're going to find yourself even with 3,000 shares trading at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock and there's no liquidity. You're going to have issue with the covers and sells. So you would become as one of the drivers of the stock on short or long side. If you happen to get in a trade which is only 600K and you jumped in with 50,000 shares, you're going to drive it. Okay, and I choose not to be one of the drivers. It's more fun to be the backseat driver, or just going along the ride. And that's a lot more fun. So then the next one, decide your entry and entry sizes and scaling into your position, right? Again, if your account is 5K, 10% account per trade, that part you already know. When do you go all at once, right? When do you go all at once, guys? If a stock is in a range play and it is and maxed on the range level. So for example, we just did a little while ago that trade at 284 area, 288 stop, 274 entry. That's near the max range. And because it did 274, went to 250, 260, came back, you have a stop loss which is near that. That's your full entry size. Okay, I'll go over that again. Okay, I will go over that again, but I'm just giving you a hint because it just happened 10 minutes ago. If a stock has more than 5-point touch, meaning there's a resistance over here and there's a support on a daily basis, on an intraday basis, or 1 hour, if you see that touched 5 times, we call that a gold level. Okay, 7 is platinum, gold level. You can go on a gold level with your big size. Okay, but there's the last criteria that you must know before you go full size. So if a stock has more than 5 touches on a support or a resistance, you can go in. Whether you're going long on a support, yes. Whether you're going a short on a resistance, yes. Okay, you can go full size. If you have a clear stop from that, You have to, wherever you're entering, you have to have a stop loss, guys. You have to have a stop loss. Stop loss plan more than 10% or near 10% is what you need to go full size. Okay? Or has to be even less. But if a stop loss is 20%, I'll talk about that in the next slide, and you get an entry and your stop loss, a reasonable stop loss is 20%. Can you afford to go full size? You cannot. You should not. Will it win you from a full size if you went? Yes. What are the probabilities? It's lesser. Okay, that's the key. So again, to recap, again, you guys know this, account size, all that. Okay, so the next part is decide your entry size, or scaling into your position. We're going to talk about this one by one, but the first one is, when do you go all at once? If the stock is at the range play and it's at the max on the range, you go full size. If a stock has more than 5 points touched from the resistance and support area and you're choosing the right direction, you go full size. If you have a clear stop loss plan and you are within 10% of that stop loss range, you go full size. Okay, and then of course the A+, and I'm going to talk about that, when to build in. Now the next one is, when do you scale into your trade with half size or less? Okay, because that's you go full size. Why do we scale in? So when do you scale in your trade with half size or less? Build your size into a trade if your genuine stop area is farther than 15%. I just said, if it's 20%, it's pretty far. Okay, because you're going to struggle with the one entry and 20% and you are full. You're not going to cut it, not under our system. So you have to know a system, which is our system. Build your position 1 to 3 entries farther you are from stop loss, lesser the size. You heard me right. Okay, for example, if you have a stop loss at 690 and you're entering at 620, guys, okay, that's 15%. Okay, that is 15% or a little bit more than 15%, because that is 70 cents. You need 62 cents. That is basically 70 cents. Can you go full size at 620? The answer is no. But the closer to 640, this happened in Lucy, by the way, today. Okay, how many times we were going in at 644 and adding at 655 or 665? Because it's closer to the stop loss and it's also perfection of the support and resistance. And I'm going to show you that chart, so you're going to be convinced. Okay, so like I said, for example, if our stop loss is 690 on a short and you're entering at 610, that is 80 cents away. That is 17%, nearly 17%. 620, that's about 15%, 16%. So you can take half a size at 620 and half at 665 to get your average to 640. You enter 640, 642 like the way we did, you're going to enter at least half a size or more. So you have little to add, half size or more. So hopefully that is clear, right? Just somebody please type in yes, that is clear. Couple of people. So we only have 6 people, so I don't expect too many people. I see one yes, okay. So I'm going to move on to the next one. So your next is decision making on your profit targets and hold, right? Sorry, this is actually not the slide. My bad. Okay, so this is the next slide. So next slide. When do you cut size in half or cut size, and when do you add to your size? We were just talking about when to add. So when do you cut your size? We're going to talk about that in a second. When do you add to your size? When you're not full size, obviously. When you have entered in a lower than your entry area of your short entry, or even supposedly long, you can flip the vice versa. So when do you add your size? When you're not full size, when you have entered in a lower than your entry area on your short entry, enter on a full candle with a little tail followed by a red candle. You know that technique that we have spoken about it over and over. And obviously set your stop loss according to the plan, which is 10% or so. Okay, from there you can be full position. I like to be closer to it, but it is 10%. It is 10%. When do you cut size in half? A lot of people ask this and struggle, right? So a lot of people ask this question, Raj, when are you cutting size? Why? You know, it doesn't make sense. A lot of times it fails. You know, we cut size and it just goes like berserk downside. But have you guys realized that we cut the size and also goes up equally in same frequency, or a little bit more in frequency goes up? Okay. Case in example was we have those examples like Lucy's and a couple other ones. And last 2 days we have so many examples that I can pull it out and you'll be like totally satisfied when you see this a bigger and broader picture. So when do you cut size in half or cut sizes, period? So if you have added, first, number one criteria, it's about yourself. More than technical, it's about your personality at this point. Because to you, if you see that you cannot handle a 600 on a red, you know, your 10% gain is somewhat like, say like for example, $500. You entered with a 5,000 share position or 5,000 equity position, and all of a sudden you're feeling that, hey, this is $500, I cannot handle this, and I don't even have a proper entry. You know, it's time to cut your size. Right? Logical. Feel yourself first. It's about you guys. So if you are feeling uncomfortable in a trade, you shouldn't be in it, first of all. If you're feeling uncomfortable with the size and the bigger the loss that you're going to panic and you're going to sell, it's better not to panic sell. Panic sell is a disaster. Panic sell is for people, it is called panic sell. Okay, so you don't want to sell things in panic mode. Okay, that's very, very extremely important. So again, when do you cut your size? If you have added and you are feeling you're oversized and feeling self-inflicted pressure from your area, which you are not supposedly feeling that it's a proper entry, cut it. Don't ask me. Don't ask your neighbor. Don't ask your peer. Cut it yourself. Okay? I don't care. Go small. Feel comfortable. That's the most important thing, is feeling comfortable. If a stock is an ascending pattern, what is ascending? You guys know descending and ascending. Ascending is going up. If the stock is an ascending pattern and you are short, what do? You're not getting a good grip of your areas. You have drawn the lines. So higher highs, high lows. Higher highs, high lows. It's going to come up. I'm going to give you an example, okay, in just a second. If the stock is an ascending pattern and you are short, so what exactly are you doing by cutting size? You're making your averages. It's an eyeline thing. Just check it out. Check the pattern. Okay, check the pattern. I'm talking on the mic. You should be studying, looking at the pattern yourself. Okay. Next one. You're trying to make your average better and you are far from your actual entry level. So we enter at 2. What was this ticket in the morning? BOF or yesterday? No, not BOF. What was this morning that we were XTRX? We're entering at 190, 194, where our proper entry was 230. All we had to do is make our sizes cut, make. We had 221. Eventually, it fell from 221 pretty badly, you know, but we had to cut our size. Is it logical? Is it not logical, guys? Answer yourself. I would love to see this in the chat. Is it not logical to cut it at 221 and make your average because you still haven't gotten the grasp of a full size, which is 235, 238, and win on a half a size or even 1/3 of a size? I think we won on a 1/3 of a size on that move. I know Tracker is not going to tell you that. Tracker is going to tell you one entry, 221 average, you know, cut at 199 or, you know, whatever it was, 196. But it's more about comfort. It's more about your personality, that you're not self-inflicting pressure on yourself. Okay? And if you're under pressure, again, calm down. Cut it. That's the best thing you can do. But if you're not in a trade, you're just wasting time as well. So eventually you have to find a fine balance. Okay? So you're trying to make your average better. You're far from your actual entry. The best places are dips. You know, sell it at the dips, pick it up on the high. High has to coincide with somewhat an area. Or a candle that is telling you pressures of selling, whatnot. And again, is it 100% that you're going to get right? You're kidding me. You're not going to get right 100%. We'll show you where we lost, okay, once on one of the trades, and we'll show you. So dips are the best places to cut sizes and near your average, okay, or near your average. You have heard that right. Put these things down or record this, and you can go over this again, listen to this again and again. Okay. So now we're going to talk about, we're going to hold on to this slide again. I think I'm going to move this into this pattern. Here we go. Ascending pattern, long entries and sells. So this is from yesterday, BOF, right? You guys can see this is a 25 to 30 degree angle, and it's ascending. We have chosen to go long, and I'm going to show you the very next one, the very same day, guys, where we are actually, what we're doing over here, going long, selling, again, buying in the right area. It is going up, it is going up, it is going up, it is going up, it is going up. And then obviously the market closed right here. I didn't play it the rest of the time, okay? I was not around. I would have played that. So look at this. This is, again, ascending pattern, opposite of what we did. So we were long. So let me go back and show it to you. We were long. Every entry was a long, okay? There were no shorts. Whenever you see my trades and I have a blue, arrows, they usually mean long. Green means profit, no matter whether you're short or long. Now, for short, I always put this orange color, okay? So look what happened over here. Check this out. So we entered, so we thought it was a good area, we didn't wait. We thought that the 3+ was the area, but 330 area, 340 in our opinion was a probably better one, or I think it was 3. If I'm not mistaken, it was 3, okay? So we waited for this. We waited for this to get to this high. So we took a short. Again, this is an ascending triangle, guys. This is 40 degree ascending from this area. And we still were successful. We took it short. We cut it. Immediately made 10%. Now, we got in the same area because this was the bounce, okay? So we know that, hey, from here it should get down here somewhere. There's lots of room right here. This is the most beautiful thing right here. This is what we look for. So when you calculate, we're going to talk about in the next slide when the profit area comes. You got to see how big this area is, okay? And that should give you confidence. So we go in this trade, we take this. Again, we go get it. We start with another size, add more size, and finally at the peak and a rejection, we add here, but we stop out right here for 14% loss. So our average is somewhere here, okay? 331 and 360, something like that, or 321 and 360, whatever that was. You have to check the tracker. And we stop loss is right here, guys. We cut size, but again, the further it goes up, we said, no, done. We are already 14%. Discipline comes into the picture. Discipline comes into the picture when we stop out. Complete stop out, because again, we went short right here, okay? So then we see a rejection from here, comes down here, I say, okay, fine, this looks like pretty weak area. Let's take another one because we only lost 14%. We're gonna stop out over here somewhere. We get it, we make money. We get it, we make money. Now, how do we go this area to slightly this area, but we added this area? You can see this. This was still the area. It doesn't go too far. And I have shown you guys how to calculate from this area, what is the next area? How high is it? From this area to this area, what's the length? From this area to this area, what's the length? From this area, how much higher will it go? It's based on here to here. That's what tells you the next one. If the pattern holds in one symmetrical ascending pattern. Making sense so far? So, thanks, buddy. Jay, thank you. So guys, so we took a stop loss and then we came back and we won twice after that. So you can see that. There was a total of 5 plays, but there were 4 wins, okay? And 1 was a stop loss. So this is, again, ascending. So now we're going to talk about sideways, okay? This is the sideways. look at what's happening the sideways. This is also yesterday, guys. This is from yesterday, okay? This is yesterday's trade only. What did we do? We picked this area. We kept going in this top area of 260, 250, whatever it was, 252, 253. And we kept getting this average and we kept selling it around 210, 215. Okay, you can see this very clearly. It was happening yesterday. We had 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So there's first, there's second, there's first one, we take profit. Oversized, cut your size. Uncomfortable, this is what we just spoke about, right? You cut your size. First trade, go in, go out. Good stuff. Now, go ahead and add because we're still having a stop over here and the stop is narrow now at this point. We're not going to make our stop over here somewhere. We're going to make our stop over here only. We add right area. We add a little bit more. Boom. We take our profits. All right. And then again, saying, okay, we're going to close this one. I don't remember the commentary, but if you're in our Discord room live, we tell you exactly what happens over there and why we take more profits as opposed to this one where we cut the size, took it, and then took it further more. Okay, but we keep taking profit. Okay, so one thing I'll tell you that if it's falling, we take profit, then again another 17%, then 25%. That's another ball game altogether. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Okay, another short, each of them. This just happened yesterday, guys. We were 18 trades, 17 win and 1 loss. All right, and then we're gonna talk about this. Look at this. This happened today. So what is this? Lucy, guys. Look at this. Lucy sitting pretty. I mean, it fell apart, right? It went to 4 and I'm probably still holding some 125 shares. Not much, okay? That's just for show pony, okay? Most of my profit was right here. My max profit was right about 565 and I was done. This is a show pony. Rest of the stuff is show pony, okay? When it gets to 40%, it's a show pony. So anyway, let's start with this. Why did we go long on this one? Lucy. Okay. First thing, the market opens, we go long. Boom, 10%. We go long again. Boom, more than 10%. We get 13, 14, 15% right there. Okay. Holding, this is show pony stuff. You know, we're supposed to sell it over here. I thought that this was going to go. This is only a couple 100, 300 shares left. This is going to go 8 something. It didn't. It started coming down. I sold it all out. Boom, it just took off. We just took our profit on the longs. We were long in this area right here, guys. Okay, and that was all. And you guys, we were live. Okay, so this is not something we were talking, we were commenting, we were sharing. Go back, scroll the Discord room and you'll see the entire conversation. Okay, so we got out, closed it all, but this was just a couple 100 shares. This is where majority of the money was made. It was not going to make me but about $500 to $1,500, but this was already $3,000 right here. I wasn't taking this profit from here to here, making $30,000. That's not me. That's not our system. Okay, so I'm not gonna change that system the way we trade because we are good at taking 82% profit, 82% winners. So we're gonna stick to what we know best, right? We have perfected that technique for over 4 years now, and it keeps getting better and better, and we keep coming up with RSI, the golden level, the purple levels, the crossovers, all that. That's, you know, when you're in the room, you'll know it. All right. So coming back to the next one right here. So we close our position. We see a rejection right here at 7. And we said what? You guys remember what I said? This is the VRAX of today. Did I not say this? And it was a VRAX of yesterday. Yesterday, VRAX did the same thing. So you have to have a good memory. You have to know the stocks. I was expecting the stock to break to 8. There was a level at 8. There was a level at 680. Okay, there were levels at 540. So we traded the 540 long to go to the 6s because there was no in between. Now we turned short. Okay, turned short, added a little bit more, thinking that it's going to fall. So obviously we have to cut a little bit size and be convinced this is about 8%. We take that profit, boom, boom, boom. It's get us about 17% from right around here to all the way here. All right. Again, we spoke about this. We could have gone long here, but is that a genuine long? At this point, this is 520 line, guys. This is where we were long. But is this a long? I explained it live in the room. It's not. I missed it. I said I missed it, right? But genuinely, you looked at it. We looked at it. The volume was fading right here. Look at this. And I'm going to tell you the volume profiling in the next slide. All right? You guys will watch this. So this is the area. How can you flip long when there's no freaking volume? You are out of your mind. All right? So just leave it. If it keeps going down, you'll take more profit, whatever. At this point, we were literally out. I think I had a few hundred shares left. I think a couple of hundred shares, 300 as usual after 3 cuts. Made a couple of $1,000s. Next thing we know, we try to take this short right this area, saying, okay, maybe it would not bounce. But guess what? It didn't give profit. But it came. But I had plenty to add. What am I scared about? Nothing. It's coming to my areas. 640. And we decided all day. And you guys, people who are in our room, they will let you know that we kept saying every time it's going to come 640. What are we going to do? We're going to short it. Where are we going to take profit? 590 to 585. Next cut, where is it? 565. That was the plan all day long, going in the sideways. Take a profit. Where do we take a profit? Right there, 580. Where do we take a profit? Add more. Where do we take a profit? 580. I came back to 620. We're waiting for 643. 642. Never came back. Whatever. Sell it off. Finish it off. 100 shares left. Leave it. Let it see like, whatever. $3 tomorrow. Monday. Whatever. It's not going to bother me. I'll close it in the morning, by the way. So this was a sideways trade. We went from long, flipped it short all day long here. We were waiting for here. Okay. Even though we don't take trade after 2, but this was before 2. We would have done it. It was just 15 cents from the entry, guys. 15 cents. All right. So it was a great trade. Now, let's talk about the volume profiling. Profile the volume. And this is what I was talking about. This is Lucy. Again, you're out of your mind if you said that I'm simply going to see this level and I'm going to jump in long. Look at this. You cannot. Look at this. Yes. Look at this. No. This is the bottom of the RSI. Chances of going from here to here is a lot more than going up here. It did opposite of what it was supposed to do. But that's how stock market is. That's how it is. You want them, you think something, they will do. But what are the odds? Okay? What are the odds of hitting 640 and then making money? Can somebody type in the room what was our stop at 640 entry, guys? I would love to see this because we did this all day long. What was our plan? Tell me what was the plan in the room, guys. Somebody type in. When we added 640, what was our plan? So while I'm waiting for somebody to type in, I'll tell you the plan. 640 to add, 665 add, 688 stop. It came 1 cent from our stop right here. Had it taken our stop, thank you so much. I'm all right. I just gave you 30 cents. But I was about to make 70 cents from that full size. Exactly, 688 stop. Thank you, AKS. That was our plan. So when we took an entry, earlier slide, we said this, and another one is going to come down. It's going to tell you about decision making. You must know your stops. So 688 was the stop. We were not going to test out 7. Okay. Another day, another time, we'll tell you how we were looking that. Okay. So we're talking volume profiling. So, you can see the volumes over here. You set up, what is the breakout? So majority of the breakout is right here, touching the highs, touching somewhere the averages. You don't take the big ones here and there. This is what you take. So it was 450K to 500. It's not exactly rocket science. It's not exactly 100% exactly that. I could do 450 and I could do another chart 470. Okay, another one I could do 500. But that's just roughly about. Okay, look at this. Never came, guys. Never came except here. This was a couple of times. And this was before. Like I said, you can go back to the chart. Look. Came a couple of times after it broke. So it just was coming in our short area. So it was not really consistent. This is consistency right here. This is not consistent. Okay. This is where you can turn into a short. when this thing happens. But when you see something like this is a long, okay? We're going to talk about a little bit, if I zoom in, full body and all that, but I think we did that in the last webinar. What is a full body? What is a full body rejection? That gives you conviction that, hey, 70% this stock is done. You know that, and I know that, and our room knows that. So that is called volume profiling. So what exactly happens if the volume doesn't come? So this is the latter part of it. Look, I sold it, volume is not coming, and this thing goes to like 450, 430, whatever. This is Lucy. This is from today. This is August 29th, okay? It just keeps falling. So this is your volume profiling. That's what we spoke about. Okay. Everybody's good? Everybody's happy with this? The explanation? You have any questions, please type in. I can answer you pretty quick. If it's a small or a short question or whatever, if I have a short answer. So when you're making a decision on your profit targets or on your holds, okay, let's talk about that. In fact, you know what? This is even more important slide. So profit targets and stop losses. Know your profit targets before you get in a trade, okay? Like I showed you, like this stock right here. When you get into your trade, you have to know, is it the upside that is more or is it the downside? And a few other criteria like what's happening with the volume profiling and RSIs and things like that, right? So now, going back to profit targets and stop losses, know your profit targets before you get into a trade. Profit target minimum that we like to take in our system, in Hammer X Trader system, is 10% profit. 17% to 10% is what we do, and we are extremely happy if we manage to get 17% overall. In 3 cuts, if we happen to get like 27, 30, 40%, actually our profit is about 17 to 20%, okay? But we don't take profit less than 10%, right? You guys know this again and again. So if you get a bonus profit on a big fall or a big move, we still take periodically, even after it has fallen. We don't hold it forever. That's not our system. But we win 82% of the time with 10% profit, the way we have designed our system. Take that into account, and we lose about 20% of the time or 18% of the time with our system, and maximum loss we take is around 12 to 14%. In fact, if you look at the tracker, it tells you our average win is far better than our stop loss, and I'll show you in a little bit, just right after this slide. So anyway, coming back to this, if you get a bonus profit on a big drop, a big fall, wait for that to happen, let it finish, and then take your profit. But take your profit, because it can bounce even from there. Don't take profit less than, so like how people say, hey, this is falling, it's going to fade all day, just sit on it and it's going to give you, and yeah, some of those stocks do fall 100%, right? We have seen 90% dropper. SMCI yesterday fell from 500 to 400. Yeah, we took profit of 450 and 405, but if I didn't take profit of 450, and what if it was supposed to bounce? You're a dead duck, okay? Don't sit over there and get 377. That's swing trading. That's overnight, whatever. Wait for that, and we have those. So don't take profit less than 10% on A+. Play an RSI plays no less than 7 to 8% if the volume is freaking Godzilla, like 100 million, and we're trading the range, right? So if we're trading the range, highs, lows, it might not be capable of giving you 10%. So you know the rule. We're satisfied with 7 to 8%. If it gives you 10%, it is 10%. Hold tight. If you have a stop loss, that's your save. That's your game changer. Hold tight to get your profit. Okay. Now, the next part. So you the profit targets. This is even more important. Know your stop loss before your profit target. I kid you not. Know your stop loss the minute you're in your trade. And if you don't know and you disrespect it, you're not going to be a profitable trader, let me tell you off the bat. You're not going to be a profitable trader. You're going to win here and there. You're not going to be consistent. And you guys know it. Okay? So know your stop loss before your profit target. You must know what is your stop loss before you get in your trade. Honor your stop. Don't be in a hurry to get the trade in on wherever. Okay? Trade with an expectation. Trade with an expectation. Don't be in a hurry to get the trade in. And then if you have lost it, don't lose more than 24% or more in your stop loss and keep trading it. We have done it a few times. We're silly. We don't do it often. We get emotionally caught up every couple of months and we think, hey, it's going to fall. And here we are at 35%, 40% loss. And that day looks terrible. Okay? Of course, with that stock only, we have other stocks to trade. So don't be in a hurry to get in a trade. And if you're in a trade, if you've lost 24% or more, don't be in a hurry to get back in that trade. Okay? Take your attention away from the trade that beat you. Stay positive on a loss. Look for something else. 2 days ago, nothing came. Unusual day. Only 2 tickers were traded. One gave us 15% profit. The other one, we were on the wrong side. And we ended up losing 1,400 for the day. But when we make 10,000 plus in a day, 1,400 is fine. Just let it be. There's no trades available. Okay. So now the decision making on your profit targets and hold. These are the keys. Okay. You should remember this. And I don't have to remind you. You're brilliant enough. You're a human. You're a trader, and you should be able to analyze: is trade in an ascending channel, and are you short? Can you afford to hold your profit in a short on an ascending channel? No, sir, you cannot. All right? Take it on the highs and take your profits on the dips if it's 10% per our system. Take it. Take 70% out, leave 30% in. Okay? So if the pattern is an ascending pattern, leave a trade if the trade is higher than 50 degree in angle. You just get out. Some of you guys who are not a good trader or learning to trade, and trade is going 50 degree higher. This is ascending channel, and this is 45, 50, 60, 65. Get out. Leave it. You'd have lost already 2 times by then. Why tend it? Why attend to that when you're losing it and it's looking like this? Can you flip long? No. You got to know your plan when you're switching long. Is it going to go far? The volume profiling, is it right? Okay? That's when you choose to flip, if you're going to flip. And we have done it. It's not that we don't do it. With one of the rare room where I can call you long and short, we know primarily we're 80%, 90% short. We only get like 1 or 2 plays, probably 5 or 7 plays out of 40 plays that we play in a week as a short. As a long. Okay? So less than 50 degree, we can play higher highs and higher lows. And I can guide you guys through that. Okay? Enter on. So your entry, shorts or long, we can do it well either way. Long is definitely going to be easier, and we can do opposite. When we're not shorting, we can go long on the ascending, and it's easier. Is trade in a descending pattern? Is it coming down like this and you're playing the bridges, or is it just falling? The falling means it's a 90 degree or 60 degree more. You cannot be long in that. You know that, and I know that. Short is of course easier to trade. You're happy it's falling, right? Long would be hard and hardest, opposite of ascending. Hold your short longer for a profit when it's falling. So you don't have to sell it right near around your range. If it's going like this, you don't have to hold it. You can hold it a little bit more. You can cut it only half. You can, instead of cutting 70%, you can cut it half, and you can hold it a little bit longer. Okay? So think about all these things, what I'm telling you, and go back and look at some of these charts. And how you're going to get better at it? Practice. The more you practice, the more you keep taking these executions. It's going to take you a while. You're going to perfect it. Okay, look for how to add on a good substantial bounce if the ascending or descending trade rather is going on. How to add on a substantial move up as a short entry. Okay, Lucy was a case and example. We decided that 640 was a level, 620 was not. 620 could have been added too with the 40 cents gain, but we were like, nope, we want to take at least 8.5%, 9% or 10%, and that's what we're bound for. Okay, so we were taking 640 plus, we're selling at 585 for 580 and 565s. So that's how we did that. All right, guys. So again, last part, you guys already know this. Again, your bankroll, and you can choose your percentage. We have a calculator we have provided you. It's in the room. It calculates for you automatically the minute you put your price, entry price of a stock. It'll tell you how many shares to take. It'll tell you what your stop is, at 10%, what is your 8% offset. It will tell you your profits, how much you're going to make on your profits. It's going to tell you all that. You guys, we have done the exercise on this on the long as well. If you guys don't have that, again, practice with that. Okay, use the profit calculator for proper gains and losses. One last thing, walk away after a good profit. Again, we are known to play X number of plays, but I've been telling you guys repeatedly, some of you guys are out of your mind trying to play at 355. You guys are truly out of your mind, okay? 355, 5 minutes to go before the market. You are not a trader. You're just wasting time. You're passing time. This is your hobby, okay? Let me just be frank with you. You get in 5 minutes before, it's your hobby, okay? You're just wanting to do something. Just want to keep yourself busy. There's a cutoff time. Cut it off. Go do something else. You're going to be fresher. You're going to be more agile. You're going to be more active when you trade in a pertinent time clause. Okay? You can wake up 4 in the morning. You can trade 4 in the morning. You can trade all day long, 4 to 8. You can sit in front of the computer. Different times have different control levels in the stock market. The first 20 minutes or 15 minutes, last 5 minutes or 10 minutes of a stock market, you shouldn't be in a trade. And first 15 minutes, recommended not to get in a trade unless you know the genuine upside or downside of that trade. And we still wait about 2-3 minutes or 5 minutes before we get in a trade. But after that, certain stocks have direction. Now, between 9:30, 9:45, and 11 o'clock, if you get an A+, it wins. We miss a lot of A+. We're looking at the most volume plays. But between 11 and 9:40, if you happen to see an A+, and you know what A+ is, less volume, biggest pikes. Minimum pike, 40%. 40% plus. Least volume, 180K, 150K. Max volume, 3 million. Over 3 million, it's no longer A+. You already know the system. All right, so walk away, make your money, walk away, walk away, walk away. You're going to give it the more you play. You're not going to come out, record yourself. You're not going to come out on the top. The longer you stay with your profit, it's like playing poker or playing cards, and you're going to keep winning it. You're going to have one great day, and you're going to have 8 bad days where you actually would have walked away with something good. Stock market is not like that, by the way. The stock market is not as bad as poker or cards and whatnot. There are people really, really good at cards, and so I'm not going to bash on them. The stock market is definitely better than that, but it's going to keep calling you. It's going to keep calling you that, hey, I'm at 280. Don't freaking keep taking 280. You have done it 3 times. 4th time is not the charm. Take one stop and then after that quit. Don't do the 5th one, the 6th one, the 7th one, the 8th one. Don't keep going on. Unless you have been stopped out, it's fine. Okay? Even then, start lowering your sizes, guys. So this discussion was about lowering your sizes, okay? So let's talk about HXT. Where is okay, here we go. I'm going to pull out our tracker. And I'm going to show you something very interesting, guys. Which is, it's actually a known fact. It tells you the time of the day when your best winning percentage happens, time slots, okay? It tells you the best winning percentage. Pre-market, right after around 7. Also, I'm going to show you, let's see, August 24th. So like I said, if you calculate our winning percentage, we win 12.8% average. We don't do the 40%. We do have 40% here and there, okay? But we keep our stops. Look at this. How good are we when I set you guys our stop targets? It averages only 6%. So average profit is 1,400. Average loss is 548. It's not equal. Even though, look at this, 75% win. This is the, and we actually bouncing because we had a horrible 2-3 weeks where we had tons of losses. Go back in June. Look at this. This is consistent. This is consistent. 203 trades, 81 win. Average winning is $1,170. Average loss is $758 and only 19%. Average loss is 8.6. Average gain is 12.9. All right. And this month we have even tightened that up. It's actually lesser, but our profit is still the same. Our percentage was down, but it just popped up. And after today, it's going to pop up even more to like 76%. The month is ending, so we might not end up over 77% right here. But normally you can go back and check out the month after month after month. 89% in May. What was in 93% in April. So yeah, we did have a downside recently, 83%. 83% is our standard, guys. If you go into the master log, it will tell you that 80% winning somewhere. So, okay. All right, guys, that's all I have. If you guys have any questions, please ask me. Feel free, type it in. All right, guys. I don't see any questions. All right. Thank you so much. Have a nice evening, guys. See you guys soon.